welcome back to Frame Perfect Input. It is 12:01 a.m. Yes, it is midnight for me right now. And I just felt like talking about something. I was in a very talkative mood, I guess. Anyways, so yeah. If you're in the fighting game community, which you may be, you may not be, who knows? Probably likely, considering I did Tekken content before, and if you found me through that, then you're probably into fighting games. A few days ago, Virtua Fighter Crossroads had their little bit of a trailer, a showcase, a versus battle combat showcase. They had the commentary that went with the video, explaining their philosophy, their approach to it, and they talked about how they wanted to maintain that simpler control scheme, easy to pick up and play, and they were just talking about how to evolve that, how to push it and make it better for the modern audience. No. Fucking hell, no, I'm not saying that. For the modern way of doing things. But yeah, I looked through that. I watched it as it released. And when I mean as it released, I mean like 8 hours after they released the video. And I just like how they're approaching it. Because yeah, the simpler control scheme, I think, would be great for people to pick up. Street Fighter has their modern fighting style, and then the classic. I think just like having either an option to have it easier or even just focusing on it only from the get-go is a pretty good way to do things nowadays in terms of like fighting games and trying to get different audiences or trying to just expand the amount of people they actually get. They also talked about, like, this is more of an animation thing, completely different from the fact that I was just talking about difficulty of picking up a game. Wow, okay, I'm talking very bad. You can tell it's midnight. It's the fact that they talked about how you block. Because they talked about how in older games, or just older Virtua Fighter games specifically, but a lot of old fighting games, or just fighting games in general, you would hold your arms up and block your face completely with just your arms. And there would be no variation of how you block. And they talked about how they just wanted to change that and how they wanted to add variance, because when you're blocking, you're going to be like parrying different things. And they talked about how they were changing that, how they're adding that type of variance for blocking. And I absolutely am a big fan of that. Very big fan of that, because yes, realistically, you don't block by staying in one stationary position with your arms, because someone might do a hook, an uppercut, or something else. So then it wouldn't make sense when you block the thing, when you clearly did not. I know, gaming logic and realism. It's not a thing we're talking about here, but you know. There's a very good animation change. It's an animation change that I am a big fan of, and they're definitely go in the right direction here. I was just very concerned with like how they made the teaser for this game, Virtua Fighter, and it was an amazing teaser in terms of timing and what we were looking for. And then they came in with an event for that spanned like an hour. I think I talked about this in a previous episode, but it spanned an hour and it wasn't even showing any gameplay or anything like that. And it wasn't showing anything new, and people were a little annoyed. Let's just say that. So they have something like this, a versus video coming after their story video of what that looks like. This game is looking like it could be exactly what we want in recent time for a fighting game. Like the story idea being the way that it is from memory, anyways, from memory. More open movement, kind of going off of the Street Fighter idea, except really going all in with it and making it basically its own thing. And then there's the versus battle style, which is of course 1v1 styles. I really like where they're going with Virtua Fighter for this installment for Virtua Fighter at this time. This is especially coming from someone who loved Tekken 2 bits, and Tekken 8 has been a huge disappointment. Of course, right now I think it's going in a pretty good direction, but it's not there yet. It needs to do a lot more for me to come back and play the game. But yeah, side tangent. Virtua Fighter Crossroads seems like it could potentially be a very, very good game when it releases. They just need to keep showing us good content like this. Oh, another thing, because I'm having the video play in the background for me so I can remember stuff. When you KO someone, and it shows the KO in the background, colors it specifically for its style. It's nice. There's so much character in this installment, and oh man, I just love it. I love it. It reminds me so much of what Street Fighter 6 did for the series. Street Fighter 6 being a pretty good game. Of course, it's had its ups and downs, but all in all, in my eyes, they've made a lot of good decisions for it, and it's turned out pretty damn well. Virtua Fighter looks like it might be going the same direction of reinventing what they've made and just making it better. That's what it looks like. And another thing which I actually almost forgot to bring up is the fact that it reminds me of some things of Tekken, except done the way that it should have been. The main thing is stances. I'm seeing some keep in mind, I don't know anything about Virtua Fighter, so just keep that in mind. But there are like stances that you get into. The stance I'm talking about is mainly just, to tackle what you'd usually see in like real life fighting. When you want to do a takedown. It shows that stuff off of certain attacks, maybe a certain way of getting into it. It's got cool animations for like close-ups, which go into a different situation. It has it showed for a bit that certain hits, if it hits a certain way, I guess, it would do a close-up, zoom in, slow-mo, into the KO screen. It just looks like a very enjoyable game. It's basically martial arts. No flair, no insane theatrics. It feels like an old school like martial arts movie with that type of styling. It's very good, very interesting, very intriguing, and definitely something I want to play. Honestly, man, I've never played Virtua Fighter before. But this one definitely is on my list of ones I want to play. Easily. I just want the date. I want the price. And I want to know, is it going to be a good game? Because I'm going to say it again. It looks like it could be a very good game. So anyways, that was my quick talk for Virtua Fighter Crossroads. Virtua Fighter Crossroads. For frame perfect input, and yeah, I'm gonna maybe go to sleep in a bit. Have a good one, I guess. That's it from me.